Hi, I'm Larry McAtee, Ward 3 City Councilman, and today we're going to look out to the future of Oklahoma City because we have as our guests two of our youth counselors for this past year, representing Christian Heritage Academy, Jack Wolfard. Jack.
Hello.
And you are a what year unit CHA?
This year I'm a junior.
A junior.
Yes.
And we'll come back and get some of the more detail in just a minute. And then we're pleased to have from Mustang High School a senior, Alyssa Amundsen. Alyssa, nice to have you with us today.
It's good to be here.
And hold up your hand a little bit. You're playing hurt today, right?
I am.
You are a gymnast and a cheerleader by trade, and got injured in doing some of the routines, I understand.
I did.
Well, thank you for coming down and joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Let's start with Lisa. Tell us a little bit about your background, your family, how long you've been in Oklahoma, where you go to school.
I was born in Norman, and Boomer Sooner born, Sooner
go.
bred. I now go to Mustang High School. I'm a senior. I am attending the University of Oklahoma next year. My dad is a doctor in Mustang. We own a practice. My mom does all of the business management, and I have two little brothers who one attends Mustang High School as well, and the other goes to Mustang Horizon Intermediate School.
And now you've been a youth counselor for a year, but you were telling me you've been trying to recruit your younger brother to be a youth counselor.
I have. I love this program. I've learned so much about the city, and I really think that Oklahoma City has a lot to offer for everyone, and I didn't know that before I became a part of this, so I'd like my brothers to see that too.
Well, that's great. Jack, how about yourself, sir?
Well, I'm Jack Wolfard, and I was born in Edmond, Oklahoma, and we moved to Oklahoma City a couple years back. I have two parents, a dog, and two siblings. My older sibling, Faith Wolfard, she was actually a youth counselor.
She was a youth counselor,
yeah,
wasn't
a
she?
year or two back, and right now she's a freshman at OU. She's studying biology. She's part of the Tri-Delt sorority. And then my younger brother, Luke Wolfard, he's a 7th grader at Christian Heritage Academy. And I have one dog, a boxer. Her name is Molly. And then my two parents, Rod and Savannah Wolfard. My dad went to OU. My mom went to Baylor. And so I've just been in Oklahoma all my life, and yeah.
How has the Youth Council changed your perspective about Oklahoma City? At least we'll start with you.
Like I said, there's just a lot of events and a lot of different programs throughout the city for everyone, for families, for single parents, for just anyone. There's something for you here. And before that, I was like, yeah, I live in Oklahoma. We have nothing to do. But we have all the different, we have the Plaza District, just there's something to do everywhere, like live at the Plaza. I didn't even know that was a thing until Youth Council, and now I'm like so excited to go, and then learning about the MAPS 3 projects and just how we come together as a state to just create just this massive just environment that everyone can come have a good time at. So
you see a lot of excitement and a lot of opportunity for good times in Oklahoma City.
And a lot of potential. I mean, we have grown so much just since I've been alive. When I hear my mom talk about how Oklahoma City was back when she was younger, before I was born, I'm like, no, it's different now. We have so much here.
And we're not going to put a year on that when your mother was that younger, right?
Right, yeah, no.
Very wise, very wise. Jack, how about yourself?
Well, like really just from an outside perspective, when you look at city officials or government officials in general, you usually don't think you don't have that connection, I guess. And so really that's what I've learned this year is that the Oklahoma City councilmen and councilwomen, they're there to serve the citizens. And so you guys have been here a while, and so you know what Oklahoma City has gone through, and you know what needs to be changed, what's good for the city, what's bad for the city. You know, in general, what needs to happen in order to make the city better and to grow in that potential that Alyssa was talking about. And so just seeing that happen and seeing it happen from everyone from me and Alyssa all the way up to you and then Mayor Mick Cornett, I just think that's awesome. And just hearing about the MAPS programs, hearing about how we have attracted the Oklahoma City Thunder here, hearing about the Olympics and all it's going on, and it's all this growth over the past 10 years, it's just incredible. And now I just have I guess a wider perspective into what makes the city tick, and it's really the people and not necessarily what they have in events or stuff like that.
Well, we're doing this filming and we've got a Thunder game tonight. If I give a word, can you guys give me a response together?
Sure.
Thunder.
Up.
All right, now we got that enthusiasm going. Hey, you've mentioned a couple of things. You mentioned MAPS 3. You've mentioned things for the future. What's something that Oklahoma City should be looking at for the future in your mind?
Well, I personally would like to see a flow house come in. It's similar to the rapids, but it's surfing. So you're not doing the whitewater rafting, it's surfing in Oklahoma, because who would have ever thought you can surf in Oklahoma, right?
Okay.
So I think that gives a lot of people just a chance to come try something, and they're like, hey, we don't have to go out of state to try this. We can spend some money in state and do it.
So you're taking that kayaking and you're going to get even bigger. You want an ocean to be moved here instead of just a
I
stream.
do want an ocean to be
Well, that's the
here.
vision kind of enthusiasm we need. Jack, how about yourself?
Personally, I'm really looking forward to this new park and new convention center. And also, I really want to see some residential developed in downtown Oklahoma City, because I've noticed that like over the years, Oklahoma City's really grown as a business downtown and not necessarily a place you want to live in. And with Deep Deuce, their apartments, and this new area development, I think it'd be really cool to see some developments in Oklahoma City where you can live and then walk to where you work, walk to where you eat, maybe bike down to Oklahoma City and see the areas and ride the streetcars, do all that, ride the trails with your bike. I just think that would be really awesome if we could have some residential areas in downtown Oklahoma City or close by.
So you see some real future for Maps 3, these projects as they come online.
Yeah, I really do. I'm looking forward to it. I know Maps 3 has been a hit so far, and hopefully we can close it out and stay on schedule. And then maybe Maps 4, maybe another different types of maps, or if we're going to do away with maps, maybe a new program will come in to help with the development of districts and expanding and growing to that potential and just making Oklahoma City better.
Making Oklahoma City better, growth, action. Boy, those are enthusiastic perspectives that you both have. Let me ask you this. What's the biggest problem that we face in Oklahoma City right today from your perspective? We'll start with you, Alyssa.
From my perspective, I just feel like a lot of people just don't see that potential. They have kind of a negative attitude about, yeah, I live in Oklahoma, but they need to get involved in the programs like Jack and I have to see what Oklahoma has to offer and take action. And if everyone has a positive attitude, we can make more happen. But if we're just negative about things and think, well, it's just Oklahoma, little old Oklahoma, we're never going to get anything accomplished.
So you think we may have a self-acceptance problem or a vision problem, some of us?
Exactly.
Very good. Jack, how about you?
Well, I think in general, just the state of Oklahoma, most of the nation, we just have a little bit of an issue with mental health and our homelessness. And we're doing a really good job right now passing bills, trying to work towards that better future hand in hand with the city and then nonprofits. But I think like as a total, we just need to really focus in on that problem because it's a problem we can fix. I mean, we have the wallets to fix it, even though we're in a downturn right now. We have the economic ability to fix it. We just need to try to grow in a way and love our homeless population and those people and help them out, I think.
Young person comes up to you and says, I'm thinking about the youth council. What would you tell them?
Do it. It's 100% worth your time. It's worth the application length. It is worth getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and driving through traffic to get here because you meet so many people, not just on council, but when you go to programs like when we went to the landfill or we went to the 911 calling center, you get to see how all of these little things go together to make Oklahoma so great. And you just open that network because the people I met at the 911 calling center, maybe I want to go work for them one day. I mean, I'm exposed to all these different jobs that I could potentially do to serve my city.
That's interesting. So you've gone from the excitement of going surfing to the trash dump.
I'm a diverse person.
You're a diverse person. That's great. How about you, Jack?
Well, number one, I think it looks great, like, no matter what. It's a great experience. You need a resume in life, whether you're going to go do a job, vocational school, college, you're going to need a resume. And this looks great on it, and not only that, but it's great experience for that, for whatever you're going to do next. And number two, we need the experience of getting to know your city officials, getting to know those connections, getting to see the city in a different light, more of a background perspective. Because when you become an adult, how are you going to be involved in it if you don't know any of that exists? And so I, for one, am going to be involved in the city later on in my life, whether it be Oklahoma City or wherever I move to. And I mean, Alyssa, do you agree with that?
I agree 100%.
What kind of an involvement would you see yourself 15 or 20 years from now having in Oklahoma City?
Well, maybe I'm going to fill your shoes, Councilman McAtee.
All right, very good. It couldn't be filled by better people than you two, I'll tell you that.
It would be an honor.
Are you thinking about some type of political or just service-oriented or what?
Well, I've always said I wanted to go into the medical field, but every time I talk to my mom, she's like, I just know you're going to go into political science, so I could bring that back to Oklahoma City and use my talent there.
Very good. Now, you got another year at the CHA, but you've got some plans down the line for a specific discipline, don't you, Jack?
Yes, I'm planning on attending college after I graduate next year, and I think I'm going to study computer science. We'll see how that goes. And for the most part, I'm going to apply to OU. Other schools, I don't really know because I haven't really visited many other schools yet. And so I'm just going to try to get the feel for things this year, see where I'm going to go next year. And then afterwards, I mean, who knows what I'm going to do.
So you're kind of keeping your future college plans on a flexible basis.
Yes, very flexible as of this point right now, because I haven't really seen any colleges in person, and that's really part of the experience. I know Alyssa probably agrees that her choice in OU probably came because she visited OU, and so I really want to get that in touch before I even consider which colleges I go to.
How about this summer? What plans do you have for the summer coming up?
I'm going to Europe for like 20 days. So we're taking a cruise. We're going to go to Greece and Spain and Italy and spend a couple extra days in Barcelona and Athens. So I'm really looking forward to that. Camp Crimson for freshmen at the university. Just getting ready for college. Maybe get a job, make money for college.
Very good. How about you, Jack?
Well, my school does mission trips, and so I'm planning on going on one to Montana, and we're going to be on the base of the Rocky Mountains, and we're going to do 7 days of backpacking out in the wilderness, and then 7 days of work in a local Indian reservation down there.
Now, this is not the first mission trip that you've gone on, is it?
No, this will be my third one. My first one was similar to this one. It was in Alaska, though. It was crazy, but 7 days backpacking, 7 days working in a fishing village of Naknek. And then last year, I went to China, of all places, and we spent 18 days there visiting the local people. We had some friends down there and just toured around China and just see what God has planned for China.
Well, that's great. Now, is this your first exposure overseas then, or have you been on other foreign trips?
I've been to the Caribbean a couple times, but I've never been to Europe. So I'm very excited to see all the history and art and just the different way of life.
Well, that's exciting. And I can see that with the vision and the enthusiasm that you all have, the future is very, very bright. Give a word of advice to the next generation of young people coming along. What would you say to them?
Keep your eyes open and get involved in every single thing you can, because you never know what you're going to actually end up in.
Keep your eyes open and keep involved in everything you can. Fantastic. How about you, Jack?
Mine would be just to build relationships in general, because I definitely have a good relationship with you and Alyssa, but when all your possessions are gone, where are you going to have? You're going to have your friends. And so if you keep an open mind, build relationships, build your connections, then you're going to have wide open opportunities that you never have dreamed of, that money would have never opened, and that you're just blessed to have. And so just keep in mind that you need to get that one-on-one experience, get that personal touch with everybody. And so, yeah, that's what would be my word of advice.
Alyssa, Jack, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to come down and visit. And folks out there, I hope you've caught a glimpse of what our young people for the next generation here in Oklahoma City are dreaming about, willing to work about. Follow their advice. Pick up, get involved, build relationships. May God bless you as you continue your life, and may God bless each of you as you carry the vision for Oklahoma City literally around the world. Thank you for visiting with us.
Thank you.